Hello and welcome. This is episode 10 of React to Rolling Stone, and today I have you the 100 greatest singers of all time. And this is talking about the most influential, the greatest, the people with the widest range, the people who are just seen as the best. I can give you more reasons, but it is basically just the biggest and the most popular, and yeah, just the greatest singers ever in general. So this is talking about, just having good harmonies, having good soul, having a wide range, like I said, and just being one of the greatest singers of all time. This is, the 100. And the four people who are at the front are Elvis Presley, Aretha Franklin, John Lennon, and Bob Dylan. And I like the last three. The last three I think are great. I think Elvis Presley is tremendously overrated, but that is of course my opinion. So if you disagree, let me know in the comments, and let's get into the list before this video drags on forever. If I'm a big fan of the artist, then I'm gonna mention his or her name. If I really hate the artist, I'm also gonna mention the name. If I'm just in the middle, I'm just saying the name, saying the number, and moving on. Otherwise, the video would be, really, really long. So, yeah, let's get into the list. And I hope some good picks are on there. Like, of course, Freddie Mercury is gonna be number one. That is a really obvious number one choice. Bob Dylan is gonna be on there. Who else? I'm not the biggest expert on vocals, but this may sound like a strange pick, but I think Maynard James Keenan from Tool is gonna make the list. I mean, his range, man, in Tool and in A Perfect Circle is just phenomenal. I think Lane Staley is gonna make the list of Alice in Chains, greatest grunge singer ever in my opinion. Who else is gonna make the list? I'm just looking around on my posters now. Robert Plant, I think that is an obvious choice. Not my favorite singer, but he's way up there. I think Roger Daltrey of The Who, of course. Great band. James LaBrie from Dream Theater, but I think he's not gonna make the list. But let's just get into it, and let's see what is on here. Number 100 is Mary J. Blige. Not the biggest fan of her. I believe she's a hip hop singer. I'm not a fan of hip hop. I like some songs here and there, but I'm not the biggest fan of Mary J. Blige, and she can be on this list, but just not the biggest fan. And it is written by influenced by Beyonce. Alright. Number 99 is Steven Tyler, of course, of Aerosmith. Not the biggest fan of Steven Tyler. I have respect for him. I have respect that Aerosmith is such a big band. But they sold out, of course, and Steven Tyler still really sung great on those sellout moments, but just not the biggest fan of him. Number 98 is Stevie Nicks, and she is, I believe, from Fleetwood Mac. She is. Really low on the list. I think she has a wide range. She has really soulful and melodic vocals, and I think she should be way higher. Number 97 is Joe Cocker. From, I have no idea. And it doesn't want to load. Fucking hell. I'm three lists in. I'm three singers in Rolling Stone, and they already quit on me. B.B. King, 96. Number 95 is Patti LaBelle. Oh, please, this is so slow. Every time I open a Rolling Stone article, it doesn't want to load. So now I have to wait again. Yeah, can we? No, we can't. Oh, this is so slow. Number 94 is Karen Carpenter. Fucking shit list, man. The list is literally freezing on me. I'm just gonna open it again because it doesn't even want to react. Get it? Because I'm basically a reaction channel. Yeah, this is a really shitty start, I know, but the video froze, so now I have to open it again. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I hope it wants to load now, because that was really fucking horrible. Come on, load. 96, 95, 94. Can we continue? Yes, we can. Number 93 is Annie Lennox. From Eurythmics. Not the biggest fan of the band. Number 92 is Morrissey, and I am a big fan of the Smiths. I love Morrissey. Some people say he has a big ego. Some people say he's really egotistical. Well, that also helps to drive your musical career in some ways by having a big ego. If you're always generous, if you don't have a big ego now and again, well then your musical career isn't going anywhere, but that is of course debatable. And I literally cannot do this shit because the list doesn't want to load. Number 91 is Levin Helm, but I literally cannot fucking load this list. Number 90 is the Everly Brothers. It wants to load again, please. Number 89 is Solomon Burke. Number 88 is Willie Nelson. Oh please. This is so fucking useless, man. Rolling Stone. Are you fucking mental? Number 86 is Art Garfunkel. I want to talk about him, but yeah, of course I am a fan of Simon & Garfunkel. I think Art Garfunkel did a great job on singing on those 5 records. Still did a great job, and I believe he still does to this day. But let me know in the comments, because I'm not the biggest expert on that band, on Art Garfunkel, this solo stuff. Number 84 is Darlene Love. Never heard of her. Number 83 is Patti Smith. Number 82 is Tom Waits, and please be now throughout the entire video the list, because it is now working again, so please. It is not a difficult Rolling Stone. Number 81 is John Lee Hooker. Number 80 is Frankie Valli. Number 79 is Mariah Carey. I like Mariah Carey. I think she isn't what she used to be back in the day in the 90s. I think she was really great with Sweet Emotion, I believe, that song. I mean, those notes she reaches is, yeah, it really is a one-of-a-kind singer. Mariah Carey, back in the day she was really good. Not the biggest fan of her now, because she lip syncs all the time. But back in the day she was really one of a kind, in my opinion. And the video is fucking slow again. Or the article. Number 78 is Sly Stone, and this is by the way requested by Music for 993, if I didn't said it already. Number 77 is Merle Haggard. Number 76 is Steve Perry. Is he from... Yeah, he is from Journey. Yeah, I like Steve Perry. I think he shouldn't be as high as it is now, but he still is a tremendous singer, and I have a lot of respect for him back in the Journey days. Number 75 is Iggy Pop, and I'm sighing all the time because this list is so fucking slow. Yeah, it really bothers me. Number 74 is James Taylor. Number 73 is Dolly Parton. Number 72 is John Fogerty. Number 72 is John Fogerty, and I am a fan of John Fogerty. I like his Creedence days. I like his solo stuff. I think he is a good artist. Not the biggest fan, but he is definitely one of my favorite country singers. If you can really, if you can really call him that, because I believe he is country. But if he is not, then correct me. But he is definitely one of my favorite if he is country. Because not the biggest fan of that genre. Number 71 is Toots Hibbert. Number 70 is Greg Allman. Number 69 is Ronnie Spector. Number 68 is Wilson Pickett. Number 67 is Jerry Lee Lewis. The list literally cannot function. Are you fucking real? The list literally cannot function. Can I continue, please? Maybe? Yeah. This is so fucking annoying. Oh man. I mean, how can anyone do this? Yeah. Number 66 is Tom York. I like Radiohead. I think they're a great band. Well, I wouldn't say that Tom York is one of the best singers of all time, but he is great. He deserves to be on there, and yeah, definitely Radiohead is one hell of a tremendous band with their records in the 90s and in the 2000s, and even now with In Rainbow, well, 9 years old now, 10 years I believe, and with the Moonshaped Pool, that was a pretty great record. So Radiohead is a great band. I wouldn't say that Tom York is one of the best singers of all time, but he's way up there as one of my favorites. Number 65 is David Ruffin. Number 64 is Axl Rose, and you know how I feel about this guy. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but well, yeah. Either you love or hate Axl Rose. You cannot deny that he has one hell of a range, and back in the day he was a pretty talented guy. Although I'm not the biggest fan of him now, but back in the day he was one hell of a great singer, and yeah, you cannot deny his legacy. You can hate Axl Rose, but he is one hell of a frontman, and he makes one hell of a show. You cannot deny that. Number 63 is Dion. Number 62 is Lou Reed, and of course Lou Reed is a legendary artist. I love the I love the Velvet Underground stuff. I love his solo work. I'm not the biggest fan of his collaboration with Metallica. Of course, we're not gonna speak of that record, but you know the name. Yeah, it is really sad that was his last album that he was involved in before his passing away. That was really sad. But still, this guy Lou Reed is a legendary artist. Velvet Underground was really his thing. When he left that, he still had a great solo career. So you gotta love Lou Reed. He is a legendary artist, and yeah, you gotta love the guy. And speaking of legendary artists, we have number 61, which is Roger Daltrey, and I thought he was gonna be way higher on this list. Yeah, you just gotta love Roger Daltrey. He is one hell of a frontman, and he is definitely one of my favorite singers of all time. Just his range, to help cement the legacy of the Who. Just every instrument player on that, just on the songs, on the records, is already flawless. And when you have the vocals of Roger Daltrey, it is really the last piece of perfection, if you can say it like that. But I really love I really love Roger Daltrey, and he is a legendary artist. Definitely among my favorites. And the list is loaded. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Number 60 is Björk. I believe I have a virus on my computer or something. Or maybe I have too many tabs open. I literally cannot do anything because, yeah, my video is fucking... My entire fucking computer is lagging, so I'm just gonna do it on my mobile phone because on the computer it is really fucking shitty. So I'm just gonna do it on my phone now because, well, it fucking sucks. 100 greatest singers. Maybe my mobile phone can function. I hope, because otherwise this is gonna be a really long video. Number 60 to 41. We are now at number 60. No, we are at number 60. Can you, please? Well, it doesn't want to load. Fuck. Well, now I have to scroll all the way down. Fuck. Well, my mobile phone doesn't want to load either, so that is a bit of a problem there. Oh yeah, it wants to load. Number 60 is Björk. Of course, I like Björk. I haven't heard a lot of her stuff. Yeah, I like the singer. I think she has a great range. She has really She has the perfect voice for what she's going for with progressive pop, and I think that is really working out in her favor to really get that atmosphere going for her. So I think that's, well, yeah, she's a great singer. She is among the best, and she definitely deserves a place on this list. Number 59 is Rod Stewart. Not the biggest fan of him. I believe he was mostly involved in the hair metal scene, and you know how I feel about that. And fucking hell, adverts, slow videos. I love Rolling Stone, man. Fucking hell. Number 58 is Christina Aguilera, and I mean, what the fuck is she doing on here? I like Christina Aguilera, but well, I don't like her, but I don't hate her either. I think she is decent at best, but tremendously overrated, and she has a high speaking voice, but well, she hasn't made a good song. That is a bit of the problem. She has the potential because she has a good voice, but she doesn't have a good song behind it, and that is really the thing that I don't like about Christina. That's she isn't a good songwriter, or her producers aren't good songwriters, stuff like that, and she is just, yeah, pretty much trash. Her voice is decent, but her songwriting is crappy, or her producer songwriters are crappy. Either of the two, it is pretty bad. Number 57 is Eric Burden. Number 56 is Mavis Staples. Number 55 is Paul Rogers. Number 54 is Luther Vandross. Number 53 is Muddy Waters. Number 52 is Brian Wilson. I believe from the Beach Boys. Listen to Pet Sounds and tell me why he is so low on the list. Because he is a legendary singer. He has influenced a lot of people back in the day, and well, still does to this day. Yeah, legendary singer. I absolutely love him. It was a bit of a shame that he went into, well, alcoholism and did a lot of drugs. That is really sad. But back in the day, when he sung on Pet Sound, stuff like that, on self-titled, they really made some magical records right there. Brian Wilson is definitely a legendary singer. Number 51 is Gladys Knight. Number 50 is Bonnie Raitt. Number 49 is Donny Hathaway. Number 48 is Buddy Holly. Number 47 is Jim Morrison, and of course you gotta love Jim Morrison. Yeah, the legendary artist that has a song on self-titled with tracks like Crystal Ship, Light My Fire, Break On Through. Pardon, sorry for that. Break On Through the Other Side. You have a lot of those legendary songs that only came from the debut album. The Doors are a legendary band, and Jim Morrison is one hell of a frontman. I really love him, and yeah, it is a bit of a shame that he has passed away, and well, that he was such a lunatic back in the day, but he still is a legend, and people still remember him, and that is what it is all about, the legacy. Number 46 is Patsy Cline. Number 45 is Kurt Cobain, and I like Kurt Cobain, but I don't think he deserves to be in the top 50. I think he is a great singer. Well, he is a good singer. I don't think he's great because he was all over the place. Yeah, the reason that he is on here because he is legendary and a lot of people know him. But he was really messy at times, and yeah, he still is a good singer. But back in the day, he was just really all over the place, like I said, and it was mainly because he did a lot of drugs and he didn't want to become successful. Just look at a Saturday night live video of him singing "Smells Like Teen Spirit," and you know what I'm all talking about. The guy isn't serious all the time. He still is a good singer, but tremendously overrated. Number 44 is Bobby Blue Beeland. Number 43 is George Jones. Number 42 is Joni Mitchell. Number 41 is Chuck Berry. Number 40 is Curtis Mayfield. Number 39 is Jeff Buckley. And Jeff Buckley is really just one of those guys that has just a legendary speaking voice. And you gotta love the guy. If you have listened to his cover of Hallelujah, then you know that he is just just a great singer overall. You really have got to have respect for Jeff Buckley. Of course, rest in peace to him, because He did commit suicide, I believe. So it is a real shame that he isn't with us anymore. But listen to those kind of tracks, and you know that he is a great singer. Number 38 is Elton John, and you gotta love Elton John, of course. Yeah, just really one of the most legendary artists of all time, and of course he is also a pianist, and I really love his piano playing, and that together with his soothful vocals on the piano tracks really cements his place as a legendary artist, and well, also being one of the best artists ever, not only in singing but just in general. Number 37 is Neil Young. Number 36 is Bruce fucking Springsteen, and you know I don't like this guy. You know I'm just not the biggest fan of him. Yeah, just I don't hate him. Some people think I hate Springsteen. I still kind of have respect that he has influenced a lot of people, and that he influenced people to pick up a instrument or maybe do vocals, really in your face vocals like Bruce did back in the day. Yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of Bruce Springsteen, but that is mainly because his vocals are so over the top and his anthems are so, yeah, just so over the top. I'm just not a big fan of that. But he still is a legendary artist, and I can respect that. I'm just not the biggest fan of Bruce Springsteen myself. Number 35 is Dusty Springfield. Number 34 is Whitney Houston. I like Whitney Houston. I like her singing voice. She was really big back in the 80s. But yeah, one reason I don't like her, and you can all guess it. And I will always love you. Yeah, that was horrible, I know. Yeah, that is mainly the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of her. That song, that cover. Yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of that, and yeah, you can hate on me all you want for one song, but yeah, if you don't say that song is overplayed to death, then I don't know what is wrong with you. Number 33 is Steve Winwood. Number 33 is Bono, and I like Bono. I'm just not the biggest fan of his personality. I love U2 in the 80s, of course. Still do to this day, but they had definitely a peak in the 80s. Bono is a great frontman. He has a lot of good vibes. He has great energy on stage and just in general. Not the best speaker though. Yeah, what he all says, I don't agree with everything. Well, mostly don't, but yeah, you still have to love Bono. Well, love. You still have to have respect for him for what he did to a lot of singers and his legacy, of course. I'm just not the biggest fan of him talking, but when he sings, it is really magical, and that is why he is on the list. Number 31 is Howlin' Wolf. Number 30 is Prince, and Prince is of course a legendary artist, one of my favorite pop singers of all time. Yeah, Prince has made records like Sign all the times and Purple Rain, really legendary albums, and you just gotta love this artist. And yeah, Prince is legendary. Rest in peace, of course, to him, because he isn't with us anymore. But when he made some magical albums. He made by some people too much, but still, it were magical records. Number 29 is Nina Simone. Number 28 is Janis Joplin. You gotta love Janis Joplin, of course, one of the most legendary female singers of all time. Well, she passed away way too early, but the legacy that she's left behind is unforgettable. Number 27 is Hank Williams. Number 26 is Jackie Wilson. Number 25 is Michael Jackson, and you gotta love Michael Jackson, the biggest pop star ever. And yeah, he is not with us anymore, but when he made records like Thriller, Off the Wall, Bad and Dangerous, really legendary records. And yeah, I have infinite respect for Michael Jackson. Of course, I'm not the biggest fan of him. Sleeping with Kids, not the biggest fan of that, but when I'm talking about music here, he really is a one-of-a-kind singer, and he will never be forgotten because he still is to this day the biggest pop star ever. Number 24 is Van Morrison. Number 23 is David Bowie. You gotta love David Bowie. David Bowie is a legendary artist. And yeah, when he made records like Ziggy Stardust and Heroes, albums like that, even now the Black Star when he passed away, really legendary albums. Black Star's only 1 year old, and look at the love it is getting right now. We all miss David Bowie. I miss him very much. And if you want me to do more David Bowie, then let me know in the comments because I have infinite respect for his work. Number 21 is Johnny Cash. You gotta love Johnny Cash, one of the biggest country artists ever. He influenced a lot of country artists. Not the biggest fan of most country, but yeah, still a great artist. And yeah, you just gotta love him, man. I am a fan of Johnny Cash. I don't like all his albums because he has like 100, but still have a lot of respect for Johnny Cash, and he will go down as one of the greatest in country and one of the greatest of all time. Number 20 is Smokey Robinson. Number 19 is Bob Marley, and Bob Marley is of course the biggest, easy the biggest, just the biggest reggae artist ever. And although I'm not the biggest reggae fan, I love Bob Marley. I love his anthems. I love his early stuff when he wasn't reggae. Yeah, that was a thing. And yeah, you just gotta love Bob Marley. When you want to be in a relaxing mood, then listen to Bob Marley. He's the perfect artist for that. And this is really shocking to me because Freddie Mercury isn't number one. He's number 18, and Freddie Mercury is and still is to this day my favorite singer of all time. His range, his just power, his passion for music, his singing abilities, his range. I said it already, but just everything Freddie Mercury does is just absolutely, yeah, it is absolutely phenomenal. It is legendary, and you either love Freddie Mercury or there's something wrong with you. There really is. Freddie Mercury is the best singer, and whoever is number one, he doesn't deserve the title. He or she doesn't deserve the title because Freddie Mercury is the best singer. Number 17 is Tina Turner, and I like Tina Turner. She has made some really popular tracks like Proud Mary, River Deep, Mountain High, What's Love Got to Do with It, and there's one song that is overplayed at my radio station, Simply the Best, or something like that. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of her, as she doesn't deserve to be above Freddie Mercury, that is bull, but I still have respect for her, and well, she is hella influential, but not number 17. Number 16 is Mick Jagger, and yeah, of course, a lot of people love Mick Jagger. He has a lot of swagger, stuff like that. Yeah, he really does. His voice is not the best in my opinion, but he still is really influential, and it really suits the rock and roll sound that the Rolling Stones are known for. And Mick Jagger is the perfect singer for that. So he deserves to be really high on the list. Although not my favorite singer, but he is way up there. Number 15 is Robert Plant, and I expected Robert Plant to be this high on the list. I love Led Zeppelin, I love Robert Plant. Not the biggest fan of his vocals though, I still love the guy, but he is sometimes all over the place. Live he isn't the best, but well, on Madison Square he was an angel, but on other live performances not the best when they had their aftermath. Not the biggest fan of that, but still he is a legendary artist, and I still have a lot of love for Zeppelin. Number 14 is Al Green, number 13 is Roy Orbison, number 12 is Little Richard, number 11 is Paul McCartney, and you gotta love Paul McCartney, of course, of the Beatles. And yeah, personally, I think that Paul is the Beatles singer. I think he is the best one. Still have a lot of love for the other for the other Beatle members, but Paul McCartney is definitely the best one out of them all, in my opinion. Number 10 is James Brown. Number 9 is Stevie Wonder. And yeah, Stevie Wonder has just melodic vocals. Just really a great guy in R&B. One of the best singers I've ever heard in my life. So much beautiful vocals on here, on his albums. Number 8 is Otis Redding. Number 7 is Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan is also a legendary artist, one of the biggest songwriters ever, definitely one of the best. and deserves to be this high on the list because, well, he is legendary. And yeah, you either love Bob Dylan or you have never listened to music. Number 6 is Marvin Gaye, also one of the biggest R&B singers of all time. Number 5 is John Lennon. Paul McCartney is better in my opinion. Number 4 is Sam Cooke. Number 3 is Elvis Presley, and I think he's tremendously overrated, although I'm not the biggest fan of him. He is really influential. Number 2 is Ray Charles. And number 1 is Aretha Franklin. And although I like Aretha Franklin, I don't think she deserves to be number 1, but she still is a legendary singer and yeah, is seen as the greatest singer of all time. But I have no time anymore, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe first to the channel. Do you want to see more videos like this one? I have no time anymore, that is why I'm talking so really fast. Aretha Franklin is a great artist, she is a great singer, but she's not my favorite. She is way up there as one of the best, but not my absolute favorite. But I still enjoy her vocals, and she still is number 1 for many people. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do all those things I just said, like, commenting, subscribing. I hope you've enjoyed it, and let me know your favorite singers in the comments down below. God bless, stay safe, take care, and have a nice day.